Okay, I just want one more bite of my bagel and then we can start.
I mean, I can still do a countdown if you want to put it.
Because we have to do the good morning.
Yeah.
I hate that it's flipped and I can't tell.
I can't even see because I'm so fucking blinded.
Well, it is actually even bright for me. And I smoked this morning. So, like, I don't think
Is that why you were late?
No. I was late because you woke me up at 5:35 instead of 4:50.
I heard my alarm at 4:50. I said, no.
Yeah, well, I would have been on time.
Okay.
I would have, because I was only 5 minutes late. So if you woke me up...
You were... What?
If you woke me... I got here at 7:05. I had to use maps.
6:55 you should be here by.
I'm saying, though, if you said you were going to wake me up at 4:50 and you woke me up at 5:35. So if you woke me up 40 minutes early? No. 35
do you need
plus...
Can I ask you?
10.
What do you do when you wake up?
45. My morning routine?
Did you do your journaling and stuff this morning?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, so...
Not when we do podcasts.
Yeah. So what do you do?
I woke up. I did the outline for the episode. Because I realized we did not have any of the stats needed in it.
That's why.
And then I got up. I just did my hair, brushed my teeth.
Do you pick out your outfit the night before or no?
No, but my clothes are quite literally everywhere, so I just pick, threw it on. And... Oh, okay, I have a confession, everybody. I've been waiting to say this. Angelina texted me this morning and said, did you drink a coffee yet? Did you make a coffee yet? And I was mid-making coffee, but I knew she was asking me because she was going to get me a coffee. But I knew that if I said I already made a coffee, she probably wouldn't get me a coffee because it's 2 coffees before I had water. But I brought the water with me to balance it out. Anyway, I said no. Then she calls me and she's like, don't make a coffee. Don't make a coffee. I'm going to get us one. I'm like, okay, fine. I won't get a coffee. Hang up. Drink my coffee.
Such a bitch.
And so
I had this weird feeling you already made it too. I'm not kidding. Like, I was like, what?
It's because we're connected.
Yeah.
So you were like, this bitch, I feel it. She's drinking it right now. And I was. It wasn't like a Starbucks. It wasn't even as big as that. It was just like one of those little, like...
I didn't even want a venti, and they just gave it to me anyway. Because I ordered yours.
Did you order it like ingredient by ingredient?
However you told me how to order it is how I...
A venti blonde shaken espresso, 3 pumps classic, 3 pumps caramel?
Yeah.
And they did vanilla classic caramel. Guess that was their way of substituting for the milk. I'm going to drink it anyway.
Is it strong? I also want... And they were so rude.
Okay, well, I've talked about this on the podcast, but I've taken the location out of the episode. That Starbucks, it was Mara's episode. I was like, shout out the one down the highway.
Yeah.
The one in town, I don't know. And I hate...
so rude. She was like so nice when I...
Sorry, wait. It's actually not bad. I wonder if I should do this instead of doing the milk, but I think the vanilla probably adds too much sugar.
Yeah. But she was nice when I ordered my peppermint. She was like, oh, you're ready for the holiday. And then I get to the window, ignorant as fuck. I was like, okay, because I couldn't...
Same person?
I couldn't fucking hear her. I was like, wait, sorry, what did you say? And I said it like twice.
That coffee's actually really good. Sorry.
Okay. Well, and then they also handed me that and charged me $8.
For her peppermint coffee?
Probably, because it's a venti, so it's probably more. I usually get a grande.
No. Starbucks needs to check themselves. And also, before we get...
7.
I don't know if you get it, but I know that I get it. Before people talk shit about us drinking Starbucks, I would just like to say that I did a little research. And there's something called Starbucks on the Record, and they address like all of the like genocide.
We talked about this last episode.
Did we?
Yeah.
Let's say no, I didn't edit the episode yet. Yeah. Okay, then I'm not putting that in this one. But just a reminder to do your research about things. And I'm not saying that they're not liars. They could be liars, but it made me feel better about my selection of sometimes drinking coffee and, people saying I'm funding a genocide. I'm not.
I'm really upset, though, because it's this season where I never craved anything hot. And now that I know I like the peppermint mocha, now when I walk outside every morning, even if it's to go to the damn gym, I'm like, oh, a hot coffee. Like, who wants that before they work out? Not me. Because then I sit on the toilet.
I would want... I would want it afterwards, like a treat. Also, though, I don't do...
because I take pre-workout. I would be, seizing.
I don't do, I don't do hot coffees.
Completely ignored that.
I didn't. I didn't, actually. My brain registered it. You were shaking violently like you're having an issue over there. But it confused me because you said... I ignored it because my brain went, but she's going to have the pre-workout and coffee combo regardless.
Why?
Because you're going to have the coffee before you... Oh, do you actually get the coffee before you... Oh.
No.
See, that's also where we're different. I would. I would get the venti iced coffee and then do the thing of pre-workout and then go to the gym.
I would literally... My heart would explode.
Oh, my God. I have my doctor's appointment. When is that? Oh, my God. Did I miss it?
Oh, my God.
It'd be the second time. Wait, hold on. I have to check, you guys.
Trying to keep up with you and Sean. Sean can't make his doctor appointment for shit. Neither can you.
What would I even look up? Just appointment.
I have one thing to say before we start.
It's always scary when she does this. She's going off the record.
If you are a brand out there listening, when you have a brand,
oh my God, I know she's gonna say
with them, comment on the damn video, please, or not just like it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's like
also, especially when my daughter's in it, because that's just like an extra bonus you get.
They should have. Who likes it? Savannah, if you guys didn't see the video, you should go see it on Angelina's thing. All of our things are linked in the bio, whatever. It was a very, very cute video.
Yeah, she's so cute. I just don't...
there's options for the video. We'll just say like that. And, they were all very, very cute. So I'm just... For them just to like it and not say anything, excuse me. Hello?
I think people just don't like my face. I think it's me.
There's just so many things to say about that one. And I don't think that... shut up. Just my answer this morning after a little bit of sleep and a joint and now a coffee is just...
Two coffees.
2 coffees. Shh. Twice. I like that. It feels worn. I was just talking about this the other day. I hate when clothes feel new. I like when the cotton's worn in. You are reminding me of somebody that I didn't watch. Blair, is that what they say? Is it Blair?
I have no idea.
From Gossip Girl?
I didn't watch Gossip Girl.
Or even what's her name from Sex and the City?
I didn't watch Sex and the City either. I watched Vampire Diaries on repeat.
So do you want me to call you Caroline?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I like Caroline towards that.
I like towards the end, and I actually like her. She's funny on TikTok.
She is.
All right, let's get into the episode 7. Look, it's 7:37, and we're on episode 7. By the way, I saged my apartment.
3-7.
Mm-hmm.
March 9th.
Wait, that was really cute the way you just said that. You were like 3-7. I shouldn't even have to tell you guys what that is by now. I'm not gonna. You guys should know by now. I said it every episode for 10 episodes in a row. So let's actually say good morning to them. We're 30 minutes into. No, we're 20 minutes in, but we're about to give you the intro anyway.
All right, 3. Wait, do 5.
You always do that. Good morning, get well soon, family.
And happy Sunday.
This is your host, Tyler Kidd.
And your co-host, Angelina Mesa.
And whether you're listening on Spotify, yeah, that's how this morning's going. Whether you're listening on Spotify, Pandora, any of our streaming platforms, all links in our bio. There's so many. I mean, you literally can use any of them. There's iHeartRadio. I think we even have it on there. Don't quote me on that, though. Or you're watching us on YouTube. Hello. We're having ourselves a morning. We're starting off good, though. Like, we got coffee, bagels. Yeah, I saged my apartment.
Good.
Last night. And I feel like phenomenal. I am also fully planned out my entire rebrand of not only my personal, but the the main Get Well Soon page.
Yeah.
I'm about to be on not demon mode, but like
Business mode?
Yeah, but business mode.
On demon mode.
On the demon, yeah.
Yeah.
Full send. We're about to full send everything.
We have so much planned though, like for
even the
even
podcast.
this spring and summer.
I actually, when I was like doing my manifestations and stuff last night, I kind of like didn't even really sit there and like go crazy about the podcast because I'm just like, I'm not even worried about the podcast.
Yeah, no.
I'm not even worried about it.
No.
Like, it's just already going so freaking good, like, since we started, and it just keeps getting better. I mean, we have almost 50 submissions this season, and we still have the rest of October, November, a little bit of December, hint, hint, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. This podcast is going to hit it. It's going to hit. And I think it already is.
It is.
Like, I love it. But yeah, welcome back to episode 7 of the season of... I told myself that if I hit it twice, I wouldn't be too high. And I'm not like fried, but it's there. But welcome back to episode 7, season 2 of the Get Well Soon podcast, Deep Below. We are going to have a semi-heavy episode, and then we're going to wrap it up with some fun anonymous submissions. First, we have to do the sponsorship. And listen, I love the sponsor that we have. I love New Jersey Holistic Healing and Wellness. I love it here. I was just here on Tuesday last week. This week? Oh my God.
This week.
Thank you. And it was very nice to be back. We had a lot of good laughs. I was caught mad up on everything between the live game, moving, love life, family, I wouldn't say family drama because everything's fine at home, but it's just like family dynamics, we'll say, because I got to see my one brother for the first time in 8 years. Well, yeah, so I don't know where that cut off at, but basically I was just saying, I don't want to have like the robots, like whatever you would say, robot.
Ad.
Yeah, like a robotic type of ad.
Yeah.
Or sponsorship. Oh, I never tell you in this. So just know that at New Jersey Holistic Healing and Wellness, they're not going to try and put you in a box or a label or prescribe you. I was previously diagnosed severe bipolar and depression, and I'm literally thriving. And I don't take medication. That's not because that nobody needs it. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. It's very much a Band-Aid solution. And at New Jersey Holistic Healing and Wellness, they're going to give you permanent results. Okay. I don't want to state that. You can't make claims like that. But they give you resources for you to make permanent life changes.
Yes.
Boom. Yeah, that just sounded like a lawsuit. Like, when you can, if you say you can promise something, and that was a big weight to put on them. But as always, the QR code's going to be around here somewhere. Just check them out. There's a couple of you now that do come here, and absolutely love that. Angelina does now too. This other half of this bagel is staring at me, but we have things to say and things to talk about, so I guess I'll just wait till afterwards. We're going to give a verbal discretion for those of you that aren't watching on YouTube to see our viewer discretion little bubble thing that pops up. We are going to be talking about triggering topics and things that might upset. I wouldn't say upset, but upset from triggers, because it is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Is it national?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably worldwide.
I don't think I know the definition of national. All right.
National is like
just the United States?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully, I'm not going to say that that's worldwide then. There are places that do not. Anyway, I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway.
But yeah, so we are going to be talking about just diving into it. When we start talking about the topic, we have to say DV. We can't say domestic violence because we'll get flagged on everything we post.
Before we start reading the stats, we're going to use a little, like, what is it called? Abbreviation. So DV is domestic
Violent. Yeah, we get flagged. It's not, we don't know. It's a pain in the ass to get flagged about things that need to be talked about, but unfortunately the censorship on social media platforms are insane. So when we're talking about DV, it's domestic violence, and IPV, intimate partner violence.
Yes.
Just so that we can be able to then take what we're speaking here and put it out on the other platforms without it getting shadow banned or blocked, as unfortunate as that is. Just so you guys know.
But obviously, as you guys know, the link in our bio, we have a lot of resources. It's something new that Tyler put together. Tyler put together. I helped, but she put it together. It's linked in our bio, all resources. It is very helpful. Even from guests that we have had on, their resources as well.
Has Katie, has New Jersey Holistic Healing and Wellness,
Yes.
has some information about seasonal depression, which we'll also be speaking about this episode. And then there's some new ones in there for this episode as well for DV.
Yes.
So you guys can go check those out. They're just little, like, not that it's a solution to everything, but just so that you guys have other sources other than just us.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. Even though we're enough, but
And
go ahead.
as time goes on, we will continue to update them.
Yeah, I think it just, like, as we talk about really important topics,
Yeah.
we've kind of been adding them in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wonder if I'm going to get flagged for all the searches I've done recently, like for this episode. Google's probably like, is she okay?
I know.
Like, yes, but some people are not.
So do you want to...
I just don't want to jump right into the stats. So obviously, I mean, I think that I didn't realize how many different forms there were of DV, because it's not always like, you think that it'd be like the physical type, but there's also like the mental, all that other type of stuff. And it's kind of crazy because I think that, like, I mean, it does say the stat 1 in 3 women, 1 in 4 men.
Yeah.
And when you think about, like, high school relationships or just relationships that I've known friends and family members to be in, it's like, holy shit. Like, that's actually, like, there's a lot of people in these kind of relationships that are not healthy. And some of them are on a greater physical scale, which doesn't necessarily, I always try to say that, like, you can't, I don't like the whole
physical is worse than mental kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't like just in a general sense with everything in life, the whole comparing of pain or whatever.
Because people take pain differently. And
at the end of the day, like, regardless of what the situation is, anger is anger, sadness is sadness, depression, pain, like, it's all emotions that relatively everybody's feeling. But it's a shame because, like, that is on a different severity in terms of, you honestly can't even say actually in terms of life-threatening, because mental, you make somebody mentally not want to be here.
Yeah.
That it could be almost as life-threatening as physically hurting somebody.
Yeah. I think when you're in a relationship with someone who's suicidal is very traumatizing.
But I'm talking about, like, when you're the one causing them to be suicidal.
Oh, that too. That's traumatizing too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So, like, on the other end of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rough topic for me to talk about, only because I've never, like, my high school growing up relationship was like a mental fuck, and, like, I did want to, people listening, you know what that noise was? That was me taking myself out. But I just, based off of, like, the story, I know I just said something about comparing, but honestly, like, based off of, like, stories that I've read, and I honestly don't even want to claim that was what that was to me, if that makes sense, because, like, I'm fine and everybody's fine. Like, there was never, I don't know. I don't want to claim that it's like I'm coming from I've been there. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that.
Yeah.
So, there might be some things where maybe I don't articulate it the best, but it's just because I'm trying to make sure that I'm being open-minded with like the topic that we're having. But I have 100% have had friends and family in severe, I hate that we have to censor it, severe abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Yeah.
I've scrubbed blood. So as an outsider, I have experience, but just maybe not so like as being like the person inside of it.
Yeah.
24/7. And I don't know if there's any personal stuff that you want to share, but I don't know. Like mentally or
I think in the place I am now, like I don't want to compare my situation, like you said, to other stories. I think if I was in the relationship I was and we were recording this episode, I would,
I just don't. Well, I don't know. I think you had it more severe than I did.
Yeah.
Yours was on a different level.
Yeah.
I don't really have I don't have a story to tell. It wasn't that we were just two stupid high school kids, but I don't want, and you know what though? I'm not, because it wasn't violent.
Yeah.
So not even remotely at all, but
I think my situation was, it was toxic. It wasn't like I was getting beat every single day or even weekly. It was just...
Did you get a restraining order?
We were in the process, and I ended up...
Just letting it go?
Yeah.
It's okay.
So I think it was a lot. I was young. I was 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
I thought my world was ending, kind of thing. I was like, oh, I'm never getting out of here. If I'm not with this person,
yeah,
my life's over.
That's the, we have it in here. It's the, where is it at? It's the, controlling.
Yeah.
The controlling manipulated, or it's the controlling manipulation of the partner.
Yeah.
Where, it's... Guys, I have to read off the notes for this because I have to know what I'm talking about. Behavior changes or whatever. It's being nervous when they are away from their abuser. Just being nervous about, oh, guys, I gotta go. That type of thing all the time. Physically feeling like you can't be.
Yeah. I did it. I mean, you can ask my friend Emily. She hardly saw me out because I was always with,
isolation.
His friends or... things like that, and it was just a lot to deal with. It felt like we were together for 20 years. Felt like such a long time, and then I look back and I'm like, it was a short amount of time. I think it was 2 years, maybe.
That's
3.
It's not a short amount of time.
Well, compared to
you can't compare.
I don't know. Yeah.
So don't compare. And it's, I actually...
And the best part is the man never...
Worst part?
The worst part is... the worst part is the man never actually asked me out, but we were in a relationship.
I had somebody, I heard what you said, but I just remembered something that I received when researching this. And somebody's abuser is, out on the loose with, warrants out for their arrest.
Oh.
We have their information. Do you think that we should aid in said search, or should we...
Listen, I'm all for getting abusers.
Off the streets, right?
Off the streets.
But I don't have the case to look at myself. I believe this person because they sent me videos.
Oh, okay.
And
so maybe, yeah.
Do you guys want to hear something crazy?
Did she say it was okay?
I asked 100 times, and she never stated, but just kept sending me everything.
Oh.
So I'm not going to put names. That's what I'm not going to do.
Okay. That's fine.
But I had, yeah, well, I want you to hear something. So one of the stats is children who witness IPV are more likely to develop mental health issues, violent tendencies, and Perpetuate?
I'm sorry.
I'm B2.
B2.
Yeah. Children who witness IPV
yeah.
are more likely to develop mental health issues, violent tendencies, and perpetuate violence in future relationships. I want you to hear what this man says as he's being verbally abusive. Hold on. This part.
I used to beat the shit out of my mom. Keep playing with me. I'm at fucking you up, bro. I'm at up hurting you.
When I tell you, my response was I would kill. I will. And
I just got the chills. I'm not kidding.
That's why I said, I don't even know how. Usually the way that we, do these conversations is by relating or putting ourselves in said shoes. I can't imagine putting myself in shoes like that.
Yeah.
My dad used to beat my mom, beat the shit out of her, think that I won't do it to you. Like, I'll fuck. Who the fuck do you think you are? Stop.
And that's also.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are to treat somebody else like that?
Yeah.
You fucking piece of shit. And
as a mother now, this is also just like going out to the moms that are in an abusive relationship, verbal, physical. Oh my God. Insane. But who are in verbal, physical relationship and have kids, things like that proof right there, do not stay in a relationship just because
you're kids.
You have kids.
Because now you have a son who's beating the shit out of his girlfriend, and he's saying it's because of you two.
Yeah.
And please, for the love of God, I say this all the time, pay attention to who you're having kids with. Stop having kids with men just to keep them, just to have a good, whatever. Like, I'm not talking about, say, it happens, there's, an accident. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you specifically have a kid knowing that the person's not shit.
Yeah.
Stop having kids with people that aren't shit, because your kids are going to grow up fucked up. Yeah. Okay? Do you want your kids to be fucked up? The answer should be no. Therefore, watch where you're putting it and watch who you're...
Break the generational trauma.
Just break the generational everything. And this person, though, had an essay that they did for school on it. Domestic violence is a topic of personal significance that I believe has value to self and others. This topic is significant to me because I am a victim and survivor of DV. DV or IPV is a pattern of abusive behaviors in any relationship that are used to gain and maintain power and control over an intimate partner. It includes physical, sexual, emotional, verbal, economic, and psychological actions or threats of actions that influence another person. At the time, I was only 16, ending my junior year of high school, and I had no idea what DV was. So naive and ignorant, which I hate that people blame themselves that way, because regardless of you being naive, young, whatever, it shouldn't have happened. And it didn't happen because you were naive or ignorant. It happened because they were a fucked up person. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I understand that there's, from my personal experience of being from the outside, the people sometimes they're very aware that they're being abused. They're very aware that things are not right, very aware that things shouldn't be the way they are, and they stay in it, and sometimes they lie and whatever. But at the end of the day, that person shouldn't be doing that to you.
Yeah.
Especially when it's you're being manipulated and gaslighted. You might say you were naive and that's why it went, whatever you'd like to say, but take that away. It happened because they're a piece of shit. Yeah. So just don't blame yourself for that. On average, 30% of women have experienced IPV or non-partner sexual violence. I'm just going to put it in there. I wish I had known what I know now about DV before this occurred. So I'm reading this just in case anybody listening has never experienced it, is experiencing it. This is coming from somebody we saw the video and photos about. And I know her now, and she's an amazing person, and she has done a lot of healing, and she, has a lot to do. We all do, but by reading this, I feel like it's helps anybody listening to feel more related to than maybe me personally. I think Angelina can relate to you guys on a deeper level with this, because I think you've moved on and you've healed enough that you can kind of brush it off your shoulder, but what you went through is actually insane. Just saying, and fuck you. Just kidding. You have the hope that everybody one day will change to be a bad person.
because then after my whole relationship, he did some and got away with it.
Oh my God, I forgot. Stop. Hold
Yeah.
on. Stop. One.
And this is why no.
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
Yeah.
No,
How'd you forget about that part?
because the public let him get away with it.
Yeah. And that's because he has cops in his family.
It's the people you know, is what they say. Oh, I forgot. Oh.
Traumatizing. I had to check my windows for cameras. It's not funny, but like, I'll never forget that phone call. Hey, make sure you check your window for any cameras.
This is so inappropriate to be eating a bagel during this conversation, but
I think we have to make it.
yeah, I'm not good at. You guys know I'm not good at being super serious. Like I'm a very much like shits and gigs. Shout out like their podcast, but like very much I am just shits and gigs. Like,
Yeah.
so,
Also, we're not doctors and we're not psychiatrists.
yeah, that's why I keep trying to claim like this is a really deep topic. We're just trying to give resources and as much help as possible. Unfortunately, I fell into the category of survivors who didn't understand or realize that they were involved in a detrimental relationship until it was too late. DV is a significant issue in society that affects all individuals and does not discriminate on their age, race, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. Ooh, I'm so glad I got that word. You guys know I have like a speech thing. Survival can be tremendously challenging and can cause traumatic experiences. DV is a critical mental health issue for both victims and abusers that needs to be addressed because it traumatizes its victims and leads to mood disorders, panic disorders, and the repetition of abusive cycles over generations. What we just said. Mm-hmm. This is an amazing essay, by the way. I met a boy that I had mutual friends with. I couldn't imagine the situation ending like it did. The mental and emotional pain and distress is excruciating. Most nights I can barely sleep. My body tells me I'm exhausted while my mind fights back, racing constantly. The PTSD, anxiety, depression, and paranoia I've endured from this is sickening. It was like walking on eggshells with unsettling questions of whether or not I was going to make it home. The issues would range from being called horrible names, using past traumas against me, which is that whole like mental and psychological warfare type of thing. I don't know if warfare was the right word for that, but it felt right. It felt extreme enough. To taking advantage of my vulnerabilities, swerving my car into oncoming traffic, punching, screaming, etc. These situations allowed him to manipulate me into lying to the people I hold close. After suffering in silence, the restraining order, the process brings light to flaws within the court systems from state to state. Because this motherfucker is out. He's out and about, everybody. And I feel like if I'm going to say that, but we should say his name, but I don't know how I feel about that. It's a pervasive issue that has severely impaired my physical and mental health. I started going to DV therapy, which gave me the knowledge to decipher between what's healthy and what isn't. As a child growing up, all I knew was what I saw and experienced around me. As a survivor, the psychological toll it imprinted on me has left me suffering from mood and panic disorders. Breaking the cycle of DV requires addressing the issues by bringing awareness. Ignorance ignites the stigma surrounding DV. So that's what we're trying to do. Not be ignorant and bring awareness. And I think that this could help.
Yeah.
According to the National Coalition Against DV, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been victims of physical violence by an intimate partner within their lifetime. So that means if we had one person in this room, one of us would be 1 out of 3, which, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And then 1 in 4 men, which is not the biggest difference.
No.
It's not the biggest difference at all, which is another thing too. Like when we're talking about this is not just
towards women.
No, because it happens to both. And I have that in the bottom of because it is a little bit different for men for the most part, according to like the National Health Organization. But we're going to read some stats about IPV. Most IPV victims are psychologically abused, half are physically abused, and 1/3 experience sexual coercion, which is being made to feel like you need to be having sexual intercourse when you do not want to be having sexual intercourse, which unfortunately also happens a lot of the time. I just wish like people, no means no. And my thing is too is like, why do you want to do that? Like, you can tell when somebody doesn't want to be hooking up with you.
Yeah, so why?
So why are you like, why does it make you excited? Like, you know I don't want to get with you. So like, what about that is...
Yeah. Well, coming from experience, hypersexual activity
Can be a sign.
can be a sign of sexual
Coercion happening in
coercion,
abusive
yeah.
relationships.
Yeah. So,
That's something that's probably not talked about a lot.
yeah.
People just thinking like, oh my God, but like, yeah. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. And also, yeah, can I just say, like, I'm so sorry to, like, everybody who's
Oh, yeah.
listening to anything we're talking about and relating.
Yeah. So sorry. Because it's very...
I'll just give me a name and where I can find them, and I'll just get well soon. No, but seriously, and I think, though, and I've said this about, like, school shooters, serial killers, stuff like that, like, okay, you caught them, you're sentencing them, you're whatever. Can you figure out why they think like that and why they do that and what causes that, and then talk about it?
Yeah.
Was it because of their childhood? Okay, so then let's start talking about childhood trauma more.
And this is why I think people need therapy. Like, when they think they don't, I think every single person
Should
just
dip their foot into you don't have to go forever.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, because there's not a single person on this planet without trauma.
Yeah.
So everybody should take a visit, and some of you should take more than one visit. And if you'd like to, at New Jersey Holistic Healing and Wellness, they will give you the resources to do that. So you don't say don't say you don't know where to go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you where to go. We're telling you where to go. We're here.
Yeah.
Where are you? Hopefully not doing any of this fucking bullshit, because if you are, we are not proud of you, and you need to get your shit together.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the
Abuser.
Yeah. Not but also, if you are on the victim side of this, would like to say, like, I hope this, like, because I think everybody's different.
Yeah.
There are the victims that just stay and, like, put up with it. Like, I know people who are in marriages that they're just there. Yeah, they stay to stay. I hope if you're listening to this, it, like, gives you just a little splash of water in the face and a little bit of hope, like you were going to say. But to be, like, bad cop, good cop, like, I hope it, like, kind of, like, kicks a different train of thought in your brain, because you shouldn't be staying to stay.
Yeah.
Especially if there's kids involved. It's very hard. I'm not going to speak on it from the outside, but, like, I just don't respect it when there's kids involved.
Yeah.
The staying to stay. Like, the kids have to come first, not...
I agree.
And it has to be the perspective, too. And there's a stat, and I don't know if I put it in here, but it's a very repetitive cycle. It's not a one time it happens, and then it just happens, and it keeps happening, and then it progresses, and usually things like that. So, but go ahead for IPV in children.
Children who witness IPV are more likely to develop mental health issues, violent tendencies, and perpetuate violence in future relationships.
How many times can we say it? Childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Like, literally, childhood trauma. The way you raise your kids, whether you're screaming at them, the way you parent your kids, the the environments you put your kids in, the love or lack of love you give your kids, you're molding a human being. From when you're when you're like a little kid, when you're a child, a baby, everything about you is learned from the people around you.
Yeah.
Until you have a sense of self-awareness or a sense of self. But sometimes what happens in that childhood is so severe that you never can get to the point of becoming, like, self-aware of who you really are, aside from that shit. So, like, please, can we pay attention to the kids? And make kids a bigger priority. Like, why? Also protect our kids.
And also, it's hard for kids to understand, but then when they look back when they're older, they're going to realize those situations.
Hopefully. Some don't, and then they end up fucked up people.
But
amen to us, we didn't.
Yeah. And I don't know how to put it. I feel like I can't imagine, like, my daughter running around saying, if this is just a situation, saying that me and Sean I was in an abusive relationship with him, which I'm not. If he was, like, running around abusing me, and then, like, my daughter was older and she was like, Mommy, but I love you too. Like, kind of like, and I feel like that's where parents struggle, is where they're like, I love you too. Like, I don't want, you know what I mean?
But you have to
But,
just
like, it's a kid's mind, so they don't really see, like, the dark side of things, of what's going
Yeah.
in your mind as a victim in itself, I guess you could say.
Which is, to be honest,
And-
a perspective shift you could have on that. So if anybody is in an abusive relationship right now,
Yeah.
and they're staying because their kids beg them to, like, mommy and daddy, whatever,
Yeah.
you should be grateful. Not grateful, but you can look like, there's gratitude to have that your kid hasn't seen enough to where they don't want you together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so if you're staying because of that, it's not because you're going to ruin a family or anything. Your kid, you've done a great job of hiding what's really going on, but you still have to handle what's really going on.
And also, you want to be happy within yourself and love yourself, and
Your kids grow
No,
up
you're
to
sa-
accept
yeah.
and put up with what they witness you accept and put up
Yeah.
with. So remember that too.
like, also, that's why I think as becoming a mother, like, I try not to call myself names when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, or say, like, I feel ugly today, because
Yeah.
that's all something that kids they absorb it.
Yeah.
They're like a sponge. They absorb
Everything, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And it can mold them into who they end up being
Yeah.
as an adult. Speaking about adults, and anybody who at any age is like, I'm stupid, I was young, I was naive, 57% of college students say it's difficult to identify dating abuse. 1 in 5 college women have been verbally abused by a dating partner, and 1 in 6 have been essayed. So, no, it's not just like a young, naive age that it happens to. And it happens all the way until, I know people who are in their 60s it's happening to.
Yeah.
Like, there is no age in being, I just don't, I mean, yeah, you can't be ignorant of your situation, but to say that, like, oh, I was stupid, that's why it happened to me. Like, no.
Yeah.
That you met the wrong person.
Yeah.
And the reason that person's like that is probably their parents or their upbringing. Some people, though, raise kids phenomenally and they still turn into a jerk. So
1 in 3 teens experience dating violence each year. 81% of parents believe teen dating violence is not an issue.
81%.
That's insane.
But that probably means because
Yeah.
in the household. It's already in the household.
And don't you find it crazy? I feel like I've heard, like, parents say this, people say this, like, on TV shows, things like that. Like, you're not an adult. Like, this happens a lot, or
Oh, I know what you're talking
you know what
about.
I'm talking about? Like,
I don't think I've heard it in a I don't think I've heard it in a while, but I'm pretty sure like it's used in a campaign for something.
Like, you're
the saying.
Yeah, like, you're just a kid, like, kind of, I don't know how to put it.
It's almost like it's not real.
Yeah.
It's like this. I know what you're talking
like,
about.
they're trying to be like a kind of like.
Oh my god, I know.
Well,
I know what you're trying to say. Like, it's not like it's in something. Like, it's been on like a campaign or an ad against something. I feel like, and it's something that like statistically parents say to their kids when they come to them about
a situation. Yes. So like something
my
like
God, you're
I'm just throwing this out. Like,
I don't even know what I would Google
but
to
like
find it.
I'm married, you're only dating him kind of situation.
Yes.
So you don't get it.
It's not that bad. You don't get it. It's not that bad. Yes, I
kind
know
of
what you're
thing.
talking about.
Yeah.
If somebody knows what we're talking about, can you put in the comments? There is like or like a statistic or
Yeah.
something. I know what you're talking about. Oh, it's gonna bother me, and I don't even know what I would Google to like
I have
find
no
that.
idea.
How what a shame. Your parents are supposed to be the ones that are like the one person or people you can go to in a situation, and 81% of them don't believe it's an issue.
Well, I also think like our grandparents' generations, they kind of were told like to keep that shit inside.
I just saw
You know what I
I
mean?
just saw a fucked up meme on Instagram yesterday or the day before, and it was like some guy like moving in slow motion, and it was like my grandfather on his way to make my grandmother lunch, and he put down a slice of bread, he put down his fist, and then put down another sandwich piece of bread. And it's the truth behind it's not funny,
No.
but it is true.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, that was crazy, and it was like frowned upon to speak about.
Yeah.
Don't tell people your husband, whatever. Who made that up? I can take a guess.
A man.
You know, men invented bras. Anyway, just sorry, I keep hitting the mic. Men just, and I don't want to say for this specific topic because this happens to men too, but men just, they just
We'll leave it at that.
yes, from personal experience, just men just. We'll say that. Speaking about DV against men, psychological abuse, which is one of the most common forms of DV experienced by men, usually targets a man's masculinity because men also experience DV, but they do say statistically it's usually not on the majority isn't on a physical level because usually the man is physically stronger than the female, so
Yeah.
it becomes a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Which we do see. I see all the time men getting like manipulated. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What are you? Snap, wake up. And it's strange because you're like, you don't want to be you don't want to stereotype it, but like, it's almost like I don't know what
Women are.
I don't know what we're like raised with or like what is instilled in our brains that then in result makes us look at men and be like, how are you getting abused? Do you know what I mean? Because like I really don't. It's not. I never think that like if when you see like a man being manipulated or whatever, I don't look at it as like you're a guy that can't happen or whatever. But when you hear like about like a man being like physically abused, it's you're like even me saying that right now, my brain's like how.
Yeah.
But it because it just happens. So like it's I
think men.
I think it's like the masculinity that we're raised to like perceive, like
Yeah.
or like the way that we're raised to perceive men.
And also, I think some men like that get abused were taught like never to.
Oh, don't say. Well, let's talk the Menendez brothers.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary
I
show?
haven't, but I've.
First of all, the actor that plays
I know.
Lyle.
The amount of videos that keep coming up.
My
of this
reposts,
man's face.
my reposts are on private. You guys would think I had like something wrong with me, and I don't search it. They just come. Anyway,
why
that's
do
so
you
besides the
repost
point,
them
huh?
if they're private.
Because I know I think it still shows on TikTok I reposted it, but you can't go to the repost on my profile.
Okay.
The Menendez brothers though, like everybody should watch that. I heard it's not as accurate as the actual case, but in November they're having a court hearing. They're trying to do a retrial.
Is Kim K their lawyer? She came out saying she would be their lawyer or something.
I don't think they're using her, but maybe they are. All I know is that if you can let what's her name out? One that killed her mom?
Oh, yeah, her.
What was her name?
I don't know.
Gypsy Rose? If
Yep,
Gypsy Rose can
Gypsy.
come out, the Menendez brothers can come out a fucking person.
Yeah.
They're dead. First of all, the
I don't know
system
this-
failed them.
I don't know the situation, so I don't want to comment on it. Like, I don't know even, like...
So
the
not
real
even the
depth.
severity. I'll give you like base level. Dad used to sexually abuse and like do things to the older brother, like with toothbrushes, things like that. Like that was his form of punishment. So if you didn't play tennis good, as a young kid, like he'd make him take showers with him together. Made him give him oral sex.
And how
made
long
him
have they been in jail?
since they were young, since they were like in college years. Here, let's look. Oh no, it's like worse. So then he would make him have oral sex on him. He then actually had sex with his own son. I'm pretty sure. Then this is not from what I've personally, but I'm definitely I think like used to make him perform acts with other men, but don't quote me on that one. The rest you can fucking quote me on. The mother knew the entire time and let it happen. Lyle had told his cousins, like his cousin one time confronted the mom, Kitty, I'm pretty sure her name was Kitty, completely just let it happen. Then Lyle started to do it to Eric.
Who's Eric?
His brother. He started to do it to his brother. Not fully like how his dad was doing it to him, but like doing things to his brother because it's what his dad was teaching him, which is where that generational shit comes from. But then Lyle made it stop. He like his dad, and then dad started doing it to Eric. Lyle went away to college, comes back from college to find out that his dad's doing it now to his younger brother after he told him to stop. And that's when they came up with the plan to kill both their parents to get away from it. Apparently they tried running away before, and mind you, his dad, money, like
Money man.
high up there, yeah. Everybody like worked with him, knew him, stuff like that. So so then they killed them, and then they've been in jail since. Let's see, How long?
Oh,
But that's bare like base level. Like there's so much
can't.
worse shit about it. Oh, and the reason that they talk about like reasons why they were convicted was because they were two guys, and back then it wasn't believable that that actually happened to them. So now they're trying. They've been in jail for more than 30 years. So Lyle's 56, so he was 26 and like probably like 24
Whoever made that document
in 1989.
on them, like, kudos to them, because they probably
Even
just
Kitty's sister just did a press release like yesterday or the day before about like how the system failed the two boys. Oh yeah, like the rest of their family like loved them. Like the rest of the family was like fine, and then like Kitty and the dad were like, because she knew about both of the boys getting abused like that.
First of all, if I was the wife, I would have killed my husband myself. You want? Oh my god, I can't. Like.
And they got life sentence without parole, so they have to. Yeah. Lyle was 21. Eric was 18.
Oh my god.
Eric though, or Lyle. Wait. Yes, Eric is actually married. He's been married this entire time. Some lady started writing a letter to him, and they like felt like she stayed with him. She visits him, and her daughter from her first like marriage or whatever, he's helped her raise. Obviously, it's from prison, but like they've been married since 1999, and it happened in 1989, and they got married in the prison waiting room, and she's been with him since. And then Eric just graduated college in jail, or graduated school in jail, or Lyle. One of them just
I can't.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry. That makes me sick.
yes, Eric Menendez just graduated sociology. Also, it was in California, LA. There's a famous guy who says, I just saw his interview. I don't remember his name. It's an African-American dude. He got locked up with them, and they taught him like how when he got out of prison to change his entire life. Every like celebrity or people that went into that prison and met them said that they like amazing people. Like they were studying law and sociology so that they could help others with what they went through and to like better themselves and stuff like that. Yeah, like it's just a shame what the system does in terms of men.
Yeah.
And the hope would be that like nowadays, if that were ever to happen, they wouldn't. I don't even want to say that because that's a fucked up to think like, okay, well, if it happened now, maybe they would have had a better shot. All right, we're gonna read. We don't want to end this episode on like, you guys know we like to like give you guys balance.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to like just be like, I feel like I'm like deaf in my right ear. Am I coming in my right ear? I am. Oh my god, I gotta go take a sound test. I think I'm losing hearing in my right ear. A, B, C.
Or you're congested.
I am. On the right side, too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for making me feel better about myself. Yeah, so we do want to have some, like, funsies in this episode with you guys, but we wanted to talk about signs of somebody in a abusive relationship, as somebody from maybe the outside. Domestic abuse affects each person differently, but it impacts everyone both physically and psychologically. Domestic abuse can happen to anyone regardless of their social, educational, or financial status. Just like how I always say, everybody gets trauma. Yeah. Everyone's trauma might be different, but there's not a single person, regardless of how rich you are, how much you had a silver spoon in your mouth. Everybody is susceptible. It can happen to anybody.
You know, one episode we should get a speech therapist.
You said this. Oh, on here.
On here, and just like have them
correct us the entire time.
No, but like,
get well soon.
Give us a lesson on how to speak better.
Oh, well, you can take a class
and my S's and my.
Well, I'm tongue tied.
I'm not. So why do I do that?
I want to take a speech class. Or like public speaking.
We will before we go on tour.
We are gonna bring a speech.
Speech therapist.
I'm gonna rip it out myself. We're gonna bring one on tour, you guys. Next year, see you there. Physical abuse, so marks, bruises, cuts. Emotional abuse, people who are even like the essay that we read. It was about like a mood disorder, anxiety, things like that. Change in sleep habits, which is also something that they had spoke about. Developing a drug or alcohol problem, extremely apologetic or meek, loss of interest in daily activities, low self-esteem, which is probably, if not one of the biggest indicators, seeming fearful, symptoms of depression, and talking about or attempting to take their own life. Behavior changes, distant, isolation, which is something that you spoke about. Lying about the truths happening. That is something that I've always noticed with anybody around me that gets into a DV, whatever, is like lying to your friends or like telling your friends all little bits of different information so that nobody can pick like the full story.
Personally, I've never like when I was in the relationship, I would leave parts out.
Yeah.
Just kind of say little pieces. And obviously now from therapy and like realizing the situation I was in, if I would have told like the full truth, it, you know.
The worst part too, I think, from the outside, as somebody on the outside, is like when the outside friends get together and share all that they know, and usually you can piece together, like your friends and family, for the most part, have some inkling, like especially the friends. The friends usually, they'll try and talk to you. It's just hard because, like how these symptoms say, the person most likely, and from my experience, then turns on the friends trying to help. And I remember like there was a time where I really wanted to say that I didn't agree with what was going on, like absolutely at all, and I found it very not okay, but I didn't for the sake of peace between me and somebody else.
Yeah.
And then something happened and I realized that I was never going to do that again.
Yeah.
And so I'm the friend that I will say something. And if you stop being my friend, well, I'm here for you if you end up needing me. But like I did.
My one friend, Kaylee, she was literally one of the people that was like constantly telling me to get the F out.
Yeah.
Because she was also around us a lot. So
because if something happens to your friend, you're going to sit there and say, I wish I said something or I wish I did something, which is,
Yeah.
Being nervous when they are away from their abuser and controlling behavior, which some of the signs for that are asking permission to go anywhere or to meet and socialize with other people, constant calls, texts, or tracking by their partner, wanting to know where they are, what they are doing, and who they are with. Having very little money available to them, not having access to a credit card or having to account for every penny spent, not having access to a vehicle, referring to their partner as jealous or possessive, or always accusing them of having affairs. That part, that usually I've experienced is when the person's cheating themselves. And the biggest thing as somebody on the outside is to listen, speak up in a way that doesn't cause harm, and provide safety plans and options. I know like people are, like I said, you get scared to say something. If you know that your friend or family member is being abused, please say something.
Yeah.
If they stop being your friend, then they stop being your friend. If they never talk to you again, then they never talk to you again. But please say something.
Yeah.
Because maybe you might be the person that once you say something, it's what helps them and clicks it into their brain, or what allows them to think, okay, I have this person. Like if I really need to leave, if I need a safety option, like this person's aware. I think it's also too to stop pretending like you're not aware, like as a friend on the outside, pretending you're not aware of what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Because by saying, okay, I know you're being abused. I know that he's doing this, this, and that. She's doing this, this, and that. Now they're like, okay, well, you can still lie to them, but in the back of your mind, you're like, they know the truth.
Yeah.
I can go to them. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to hide it from them, hopefully, but from my experience, it never works like that. And then we have in our link in our bio with the resource center, we said we have links for the Domestic Abuse Awareness Project in our bio and the Office of Family Violence Prevention and Services in our bio. The National Domestic Abuse Hotline is a resource that offers assistance via phone, chat, or text. You can text START, capital letters, to 88788 or call 1-800-799-7233 to speak to an advocate. Obviously, I know that that's not everybody's forte, so that's why we do have the two other links in our bios for you guys, as well as our DMs are always open. Our anonymous submission platform is always open. We check it all the time. If anybody needs to get things off their chest. If anybody needs help, wants help,
You can always submit it there, and
or reach out to us too.
And we don't even have to read the anonymous submission.
Yeah,
You didn't want us
you can
to.
just let us know. There's a part in the anonymous submission that says additional comments. You can say like, I don't want to. Oh, it's kind of hard because then we can't really respond.
Yeah.
We don't know who it is, but just anything. Just you can reach out to us. Reach out to our podcast page. We don't share your guys' stuff. That's not what this podcast is for. It's not to be like, oh my God, so and so sent us this, and
Yeah.
that's not what we do this for. The Domestic Violence Awareness the DVA. Yeah. The DV Awareness Project is a national campaign dedicated to raising awareness about DV. Every October, organizations and individuals unite across the country for a national effort to uplift the needs, voices, and experiences of survivors. In there's a bunch of projects and stuff you can join for the rest of this month, the remainder of this month, and like special events, things like that going on, as well as a tip sheet provides suggestions on what individuals and organizations can do to help raise awareness of DV using the hashtag one thing to demonstrate that everyone can play a role in bringing about change, and that you can find over at the Office of Family Violence Prevention and Services in our bio. And for the next 18 minutes, we're going to give you guys some shits and gigs to lighten up the mood because we love you guys, and I don't really know what to say because this episode's just really...
It was a deep episode. I think it was just
we said season 2 deep dive.
Yeah.
Deep dive.
I think
there's so much to be said too.
Yeah.
Like we filmed for 2 hours and this is a topic you could film for fucking days.
Yeah.
So this isn't the only time we'll talk about it. But like we said, you can put our anonymous submission. Okay. You can smoke a joint like I did this morning. And this is the second time I've smoked before, and it's the same. It's exactly like the first experience. I don't know why I thought I could like be something else. Just like we love you guys, and we want to have these conversations with you guys just as much as we want to have the fun ones.
Yeah.
And we want to continue these conversations. I mean, this isn't the last episode of the podcast. There's so many more episodes to come. And let's lighten it up a bit. Let's give them some funsies. So we have a bestie.
Yeah, we do.
Somebody who keeps sending us rapid fire questions. Whoever it is, I love you so much because it just like...
It's fun.
It's so much fun. And every time I check weekly for the anonymous submissions and it's like, since you guys love them, here's another one. I'm like, oh, you watch the podcast.
Yeah.
So, ready? Would you want to send your kids to private school? Yes. If you could afford it. Would you rather date someone that's skinnier than you or someone that is your exact height? Oh, damn.
God damn it.
Damn. I was hoping that it was going to be like, would you rather date someone that's skinnier than you or someone that is...
Exact height. I can't do skinnier.
I guess, yeah. I'm too thick for that. I'm too thick for that.
No.
That's ew.
No.
I take back what I said. I don't love you anymore. That was the first rapid fire one that we both went and didn't answer.
I need a...
Is it weird if someone showers for 40 minutes a day? No. How long do you shower for? I shower for...
When I wash my hair...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wash my hair. I always have to wash my hair to get it to go back.
When I wash my hair, it's like... That's why I only do
a good
like,
hour, right?
Yeah.
My average shower, though, is around 30 to 40 minutes.
But I shower like 2 seconds daily because I have a daughter. But when I'm washing my hair, it's like an hour and a half.
Damn. I can't imagine a quick shower every time. I need to...
6 kids.
Honey, I'm getting a shower. You got it for the next hour.
Yeah, but Savannah will open up the door, open up the shower
well,
door.
the kids can come in the shower. That's fine, I guess.
She does come in.
Would you get a bald cut for $50K? No. Rather live in LA or Las Vegas? Las Vegas. LA is the devil's playground. Who's harder to impress? Probably me.
Yeah.
Who's more likely to compliment somebody that isn't a friend? Probably. Do you compliment strangers? I do. On purpose. Because you never know who needs it. Like, I
always say hi, but I'm never like...
Oh my God, your sweater's so cute. Your hair's cute. Your makeup's
Yeah.
cute. Your nails are cute. Oh yeah, I do it. Like, if you're my Starbucks window person, I'm complimenting something about you.
I
if
do
you're...
compliment if it really, like, catches my eye, but, like, most of the time I'm just, like...
Oh no, like, I don't even have to actually like it.
Good for you, because I I guess I just have too much going on in
Yeah,
my
you
head.
probably do. But I have it a thought in my brain to purposely do
Yeah.
that when I go out.
Well, that's why I always
Kind of
say,
like those smile at strangers.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah.
That's like my, I guess a compliment would
Well, the next one's who dislikes more people? You.
be. I just know that people don't like me.
So you just don't like them back? Yeah, I don't even think about the people that don't dislike me. I just know you're out there.
Yeah.
Watching, chilling.
Definitely watching.
Little binoculars. Hello, how you doing? What's it like over there? Can't relate. Must suck. Yeah, but thank you to our rapid fire person. All right, so did you put the numbers in? No.
No, I have a screenshot of them.
What are the numbers so I can look when you read? Well, yeah, what are they? The numbers.
Of course you can't see them.
Yeah, you can. No.
You can't.
Angelina.
All right, well, I'll just do mine.
I can't read it though while you're talking, and then I'm gonna lose my train of thought because
It's just the Trump one.
Oh. Go ahead. Pew pew. Okay, this
Yeah,
this is from a little bit ago.
Yeah, just never got a chance to do it. But when Trump got shot, I don't stand for his beliefs, but I was kind of shocked for a minute. Was it a surprise when it happened? Could you have seen that coming? Not to get too political, just wanted to know how surprising it was when it first happened. I was very surprised, and then after the second attempt, I was...
Wasn't there just a fourth?
Maybe fourth, third, 10th at this point. Where's the security?
Who hired you?
Who hired you? And that's what's terrifying, and that I think it's terrifying. I don't care what side politically you're on. I don't think it's terrifying.
I definitely didn't expect it. I didn't expect it the second time, but then by the third time, I'm like,
here we go.
Y'all can't make a target for shit out there. Like, the man just be dodging them. But I think like the past couple times were like close by. Like somebody was just at one of his rallies, like a mile away with
someone was following him while he was golfing.
But I will say I'm not shocked in the fact that somebody wants to kill him. I'm just shocked that they're getting close enough to actually
But that's
spook
what's
him.
scary.
Yeah. I just think that maybe he should watch what he says then about people, and then maybe so many people wouldn't want to kill him. Because that's my problem with it, is just the shit that comes out of his mouth.
Okay, well, if we zip-tied his mouth shut,
Hopefully.
we would be okay. But still, at the end of the day, people are psycho and want to kill...
You said if we zip tie his lips, maybe we'll be okay. That is the realest thing that's been said this entire episode. Just maybe. Just maybe. His theme song is "What is going on inside his head?" Because, sir, what? Like, I just watched something. He was just and he's so like unseriously serious about the shit he says. I just watched a video.
But it's the spray tan every time that gets me.
And the way it doesn't go behind the ear. Like, politics aside, the man himself.
He's just
what is going on?
He just wants to be like that Guido, like
I don't know what he wants in life. Like, I don't, because
I think he generally wants to look like the Guido. Like,
you think he likes looking like?
I think he. Yes, I think he wants to look like, the old Italian, like, grandpops that are always tan.
Well,
and, like,
sir, that is not
dressing in suits with
keyword
the big mafia
tan, not orange. Tan.
I'll come spray tan you. You want to I have a self tanner you can use.
Or maybe just don't self tan and just be your natural color, sir. Like, it's okay. I see you got natural color back behind the ear. It doesn't look like it's that scary. So
You're not that white.
Huh?
I said you're not that white, sir.
Yeah, like, you're fine. But like, who's not blending your neck? Who's not blending your neck? I just have to say, we don't like to do politics, but I just have to tell, like, two different things. There's two videos out in the world on the internet that I think people should watch. And it's him at a rally and everybody's cheering for him, like, loudly. And he's talking about, like, I love every single one of you. I'll kiss all the women in here and I'll kiss all the boys. And the crowd goes silent.
I know.
And he's like, I wasn't being serious. Like, it was deafeningly, it was like, duh. And he's like going on about kissing the guys there. And then the one that just came out recently was, and like, this isn't funny in the way, it's just, it's funny in the way of like, what? Like, what? Sir. He's like, it's so dark in here. They don't have the lights. That he was complaining about the lights. Instead of just being a normal person saying like, the lights aren't good in here, brighten the lights or whatever, he goes, what did he say? Or the lights were so, no, maybe the lights were so bright. I think it was the lights were so bright he couldn't see out into the crowd. And instead of just leaving there, he goes, you know, all I can see is the African Americans. That's all I can see in here, the African Americans. Can't see the white people, just the African Americans. And it's just like, and like, no wonder we get made fun of for our politics in the U.S. because, like, okay. I see we're just saying.
He's a funny man though. Like, he could go on on this.
He honestly, I think his career path in life should have been comedy, because that's the one career path you can get away with the fucked up shit in your head because you're making it funny.
He's a good businessman. He makes a lot of money.
So you know what? Maybe he should have been like a famous comedian. It's business. It's a businessman that's a comedian.
Yeah.
Take him. That's good. Now, but just for what you're doing.
I think we could say that about every president. A lot of presidents.
We could say that about
most
everybody.
Yeah.
Is this really the career you should have right now? Where's the person who really should be in this position?
I don't think anyone at this moment.
Well, nobody we know about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's definitely people out there in the world. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Crinkle, crinkle. There's definitely somebody out there in the world that'd be a banging ass president. But my thing is like, they'd probably just...
a person in the independent party.
Yep. And I mean, they probably would just assassinate them anyway, so...
Well, supposedly we don't have enough security and we're the United States, so we don't have... Never mind. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna thug it out. Whatever happens, it is what it is.
If I ever became president, it looks like I gotta wear a whole, like, body armor while I'm walking around.
Somebody definitely would shoot you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If I was getting assassinated, it would be from the government, not the people. The people would love me. The government would not like me.
Some people would hate you.
They'll be fine. You're probably getting shot at.
Well, I'm also blonde with blue eyes. Come on, I'm like...
It's just, yeah. No. But that's our silly haha about the presidents. All right. We'll just do one more. Or would you rather it's not happening, you guys, it's 8:54, but maybe next season we'll what is who was it? I was watching the podcast. They filmed for 6 hours. Oh, I exited out of 4.
I definitely could, but like, I'm gonna have to pee. I'm gonna have to eat.
Oh yeah, you definitely. No, you know what you need? An entire crew.
Savannah's gonna have to be here. I can't. You might as well bring. Maybe after school's done. No, because after a 12-hour shift, neither of us have time for that.
I could make time for that. I just don't. Savannah would just be in our episodes.
Yeah, we also would need a crew because I.
100
this
crew.
Goddamn.
Over and over again for 6 hours.
Roger.
Oh, Roger. Roger's been away on vacation for a little bit. Where is he?
Yeah.
Come back.
We need you back.
Oh, it's crazy at what times people send these in. You guys be up. A lot of 12 a.m.ers. 8 a.m. Oh my God. This person was thinking, that one from last week about African Americans dating in Indians came at 8:30 in the morning.
Hurry up.
Me? I'm searching. I had to find. This one came at 2:30 in the morning. The one I'm about to read. 2:37 a.m.
37.
Well, I actually lied. We're not doing that one. Sorry. We got to come back to that one. Wait, what was my other one? 10 and what? 7?
3.
Oh, my fuck. You guys are so many of these.
I have this one. Why don't you do this one? Because it's kind of like funny and short.
Nope. This one came in at 11:11, so I'm reading it. All right, real quick, you guys. Then we're doing Peek and Pit, and we got to be out of here. We have shit to do today. We have shit to do every day of our lives. Hey, whoever said that. Have you Have either of you felt like you've been stalked on social media? I don't know if you check who watches your stuff on social media,
We
but
have done this, haven't we? We did a stalk one last time.
oh wait, we did do this one, you guys. Shout out you.
Here, just see this one.
What is it? Is this stupid?
It's just
I mean, not that any of them are stupid, but is it like some of you guys ask us like? No, I don't want to talk about the height of men. I want like a good one, real quick.
they're all long.
Well,
You're giving me anxiety.
do you believe? We'll work on it. Do you believe that there really is?
Well, listen, when you're
No, there's
at
another one.
nursing school, then
No,
we can have a
no.
conversation.
No. Oh my God, that's not a nice one. What is the difference between being real and being overly judgmental or hating? I know that we all judge sometimes, but how do you know when someone is a bit too judgmental to the point where it's just hating on people? Intention.
Yeah.
If you tell someone's intentions, like complaining and stuff like that, or being like, oh, whatever, but like, you can tell when someone's a fucking hater.
Yeah.
You can tell. You might be in denial when it's your like close friend or something, but like,
You can tell by their face.
because the ugliness on the outside always comes out.
Yeah.
And and vibes.
Vibes.
When you're really in tune with yourself, like for me,
I feel like we can feel.
we feel like the
especially-
when we're together
yeah,
too.
When we're together, like
we just look okay, noted.
noted.
Like that one day,
Yeah.
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We clocked that shit so we were like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
Okay. Weird bitch. And see, that I just judged that person, but it came from an honest place. So I'm not hating, I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, because negativity, like.
Oh my God,
enters
it like
the word.
it like smacked us in the face. I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit. Welcome to the Get Well Soon podcast. Do you think I think you need an episode with us cuz that was our little baby." Also, this beautiful sign, you guys, it's not even hot. It's very well made from Amazon. In case any of you guys want to do it for your room. Yes, it is.
That company's
It-
from Amazon.
They do. Yeah, they sell it through Amazon. You like
Oh.
make it up and everything. It's linked in our bio.
I know it was linked in our bio.
Yeah,
but
for the people though. Yeah,
what's the name of it? The
LC sign. Yeah,
LC.
It's very very like, it's nice
That's nice.
and it's fallen too. It's gone through some drops. And it's still running, but you know when someone's a hater. You just
It's just that.
and if you can't pick up on it, that means you need to get more in tune with yourself.
Yeah.
And your intuition. Oh my God, listen to your gut. Please listen to your gut. Just your gut's not wrong.
Your gut
Is not wrong. If you're like, this person's hating on me or this friend is jealous or envious of me, they are. You
Yeah.
wouldn't feel that way if there wasn't a reason to feel that.
You know what's crazy? My gut feeling after having my daughter became A1. I was like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's they.
Mom intuition.
Yeah. I don't think just as a parent, you're just more aware. Like, well,
Yeah.
most.
Most.
But men, listen, we love you, men. The men of this podcast. This isn't like this clip right here would perform phenomenal on TikTok and Instagram, but YouTube we have a male majority and they love to fight with us. I'd be
they
like, dude, I have never argued with so many men in my life in like a shorter span than like going into our YouTube comments. I'm like, are you okay, sir?
Wait, someone commented something on YouTube and it was a male and he was like, we were talking about alcohol.
Alcohol's like the devil.
Yeah, alcohol is the devil.
Yeah. Oh no, even but
If
like
I drink red wine, it's good for the heart.
but like literally what was the we gotta wrap it up.
Okay, just wrap it up.
We are gonna wrap it up. I just said that. Peek and pit. Go.
No.
You can't skip peek and pit.
I hate peek and pit.
Some guy said that 4 billion people are the same as in like girls.
I saw that.
They have 2 likes and we didn't answer them yet. But
I
go ahead,
know.
peek and pit.
I don't like peek and pit.
You have to do peek and pit. I told you there's things you need to work on and this is part of your training, part of your help.
My drink.
And the training wasn't the right word. It's part of your progress.
Peek, 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 peek. My life's the same every day.
The one guy that was like, these days you can look at a woman and get charged with something, LMAO. I'm like, you're not funny and
Yeah.
you're not smart.
I
And you're
did see
not
that
very...
too. Why don't you do your peek and pit? You do your pee.
Angelina has a problem being, like, finding, I think, no, not optimistic. You're good at that. It's finding light.
In my own
Life.
life.
Yeah. All these lights around you can't think of something? I'm blind. I get what you're saying. I think it's just, anyway. My peak is... My peak is...
The conversation you had the other night?
Yeah, no. My peak... my peak is that I got a tune-up. My pit is...
We're done. Your pit is we're done running on Tyler time.
We're done. What, today? I got here at 7:05. It's supposed to be here at 6:30. My pit is
Only that.
yesterday.
Oh,
yesterday.
Yeah, you were in a
I woke up at 12:30 something, missed 2 meetings. It was not good. I rotted on the couch till 6:30 p.m., but then I showered, I cleaned, I went and visited my mom and my brothers, I picked up some things, I cleansed my house, did a full moon ritual, journaled, I did a massive rebrand because one of the walls in the apartment is a dry erase board wall. So I did an entire rebrand. I'm fucking obsessed with what I'm about to do now. I just have to do it. But yeah, yesterday I just was not. I think I have a sinus infection. Full clarity. I 100% think I'm
probably got it from me. Sorry.
It's all right. When I drank that Walla water bottle that one episode.
Yeah.
Go ahead, peak and pit.
My peak is the Starbucks. My pit.
See, that's why you'd get shot as a president. Because you're funding a genocide. Boom. Sorry, I just had to say it. And I'm keeping that in. Y'all can be mad about it and whatever, but that was perfect.
The bitch who gets Starbucks all the time. I get it like once in a while.
See, I do things once in a while, and she gets shitted on.
I get shitted on.
She said, "Welcome
like
to my
the
life."
sound. Yeah, welcome to the life. And my.
I know. Yeah, I will say yesterday when I was like really sick and I missed our meeting, I was like, "Oh damn!" Like Angelina was just sick too. Like I can't. Because I just keep working usually, but I remember like when you were sick recently, but I had to leave you with responsibilities because I was going away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I really, really feel bad because she's so sick, but go ahead, you got to do it, whatever. And then yesterday, it's like I was really sick and I just didn't do it. And I was thinking like, damn, Angelina did it when she was sick.
I also had a 103 fever. I was down bad. Yeah. And I still had to be a mom. I was like dragging.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like. I can't ever say I've had such experience taking care of something when you're sick.
Sean was very helpful though that time because I was like, if I'm sick for my exam, even though I was, still, I was like, I will kill somebody.
Well, everybody's still alive to my knowledge, so I think we're good. And then what's your peak? Yeah, what's your pit? Your peak is that you passed your exam.
Yeah, and also, listen, guys, I promise when I graduate nursing school, my pit will be A1 every single week. And then when I,
But for now,
we're just doing the little things. A coffee and...
So are you saying your pit's nursing school?
Yeah.
You're like...
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely.
You're like, look, because you're in like the comfy cute, like you look great, but it also talking about nursing
look at
school,
my eyes.
That's I don't think they
drowning.
can see that, but I can see that. I can see that it's like you're losing your mind. It's giving me like I'm losing my mind, but I'm here trying. And welcome to nursing school, everybody. But yeah, that is it for this episode. I always feel like we say so much and not enough, but we just want you guys to know we love you guys always. We want to create the space for you guys to just always want to be over here with us. Check out our link in our bio. We have our mini mic sessions still running, our end zone essentials. A good percentage of those is going down to aid and everybody affected by the hurricane. There's more information about that on our social media profiles. And everything you ever need from any of us is linked in our bios, and our DMs are always open for you guys. Next week, we're going to have a special guest. Drum roll, please. And it's a guy that's never been on before. Oh. What the fuck is going on?
I forgot about this.
Wait, do it again. And they can hear that? That's what we should have been pressing on our outro. We'll see you guys next Sunday. I feel like I'm in an old 70s TV show or live show.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you.
We'll
Bye.
see you next week.